guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Harriet Maloba. Today we are going to make another snack that we can be able to use for tea or even for packed lunch, for afternoon tea. That is a sausage roll. We are going to make a pastry that we will be able to finish. It can be finished either way. It can be finished either with the fruit, and then we call it a fruit pie. We can finish it with sausage, we call it sausage roll. We can finish it with beef, and we call it meat pie. So for that, you need 1 kilogram of flour. You need 750 grams of pastry margarine. If you don't have pastry margarine, then you can always use white fat, half to half. White fat mixed with margarine, blue band. Then you can mix them together and get pastry margarine. So we have our flour in the bowl. You need everything that you're going to use must be cold. So divide it into 4 portions. It should be cold, freezing cold. Chop one of the portions into your flour. With a palette knife, mix your, don't touch it with the hand because of the temperatures. It needs cool temperatures. Add 1 spoon of lemon juice and then you use cold water, freezing cold water, to make into a dough. This is a very rich pastry. And we are not going to use any raising agent. The only raising agent that is going to be in this pastry is air. We need to keep cooling our body temperature for the margarine that we have added, because it's supposed to remain cooled. So once you have your dough, now we are going to incorporate in the other bits of the fat. So you will roll your flour, your dough into a rectangular shape, and you keep patting as you roll. You are not supposed to use a lot of strength. You are not going to stretch the dough. So you make sure you maintain the rectangular shape. So once you have it like that, you split into 3. Then we incorporate in the other quarter of the margarine. So once you have put that, then you take the bit that doesn't have, you fold it onto the bit that has oil, has margarine, then you fold it like that. So you have your rectangle again formed, and we call this a turn. So once you have it like that, you make sure you keep cooling your temperatures. I have my water in the freezer. Because your body temperature will interfere with the temperatures of the margarine, and it's supposed to be It's not supposed to cool, it's not supposed to ooze out. It's just supposed to remain cold. I have so many fans who requested for this, especially those who are taking this course of cooking. So I thought I just do it once and for all. This is something that you can make the pastry earlier and leave it in the freezer, in the fridge. You can still, if you've just cleared your course, you can still be making the pastry and for orders. You make for people, because not many people have time to make pastry, and they will love the products because they are quite pricey when you go to buy them from the food outlets. So we incorporate in the second quarter. If you are working in hot areas, you will have to keep cooling the pastry itself, because the fat would melt. So once we have it like that, then we fold. And we finish up the last bit of the pastry with another turn. So if you realize, we continue to maintain our rectangle shape. And as we make the turns, we add in air, so our products will be very puffed with layers. So we finish up the last bit of the pastry margarine, which I said you can make your own pastry margarine by mixing half white fat and half blue band, or you can buy the pastry margarine, though the price is slightly higher than the normal margarine. Once all our fat has been incorporated in. Now we will just do the turns until all the fat has been incorporated into the flour. So all what you have to do is maintain the rectangle shape. We put in a baking paper and we put it back in the fridge to rest. We will keep resting it so that the fat does not ooze out. As we finish our final turn before we shape, you can see our pastry now doesn't have any, the fat is not visible. We finish up our filling. Finish up the filling. This is for the meat pie. So we have our minced meat, some bit of salt to taste, plus the spring onions. It doesn't have much. And on the other hand, for the sausage roll, we have the sausages which have been skinned. You can still use sausage meat because we are going to mix them together and make a roll. So we will roll them up as we finish. So this is the final rolling for the pastry. This is now where we want to shape our products. So if you want to do business for selling the pastry, you can sell it in this form now when it's this ready. This is when now you can roll and cut for shaping. We roll until we have 1/4 inch. You can see it doesn't have any fat oozing out. Remember I said those who don't eat sausages can have it the fruit as in fruits. You can do your pineapple, dust them in cinnamon and enclose. Yes, 1/4 inch. So now we are going to roll in our sausages. Since they are for households, don't make them very thin. So our meat also is getting ready. Don't add in any oil. The oil from the meat is enough. So once we have put in the first roll, we are going to cut. Use a sharp knife, cut that stripe out. Okay. Then because we are going to bind the two spaces together, just slightly wet one end and then pull the other end towards to lie on this other end and stick. You can use a fork to get a nice shape. You make sure it sticks so that it doesn't open up during baking. So Our baking sheets are ready. We greased and powdered, so you will cut the sizes that you think are good for your family. But if it's for business, then make sure you have already calculated and know exactly how much you want to sell them, so that you cut a reasonable size that will attract a good cost or a good price. Place them on your baking sheet. So you will continue. So our meat is ready. We are only going to add in the spring onions. For the flavor, and adding in the valley. Some people love their meat filling to be a bit wet with tomatoes and sauces, but I like mine dry like that. So we have switched on our oven, 220 degrees centigrade. You can see we have already shaped our sausage rolls. And for our meat pies, we are going to shape them round. So I've used this bowl to cut the round shapes so that we can put in the meat. This one we are going to roll and make something. We are not going to throw it away. So you make sure you circle with wet, so that we are going to flap it round. With a spoon, you will put your meat in the middle of the pastry. Then you will fold it to half moon. So you can make close doing the shape, either the back of the fork or the front, whichever shape you're going to make. And we make an incision here so that when it swells, it doesn't burst off. You can make a nice design with a knife like that. Then you place it on the baking sheet. So we are going to brush them with beaten egg so that we can put them in the oven to bake 20 minutes, 220 degrees. So our products are out of the oven. We have set the tray for breakfast. We have our cup, our cutlery there. You can see this was the meat pie, and this is the sausage roll. So if we had a fruit pie, would have looked like this, but once you brush with the egg, you sprinkle on top some castor sugar because it's a sweet product. So you sprinkle some castor sugar on top for a sweet glaze, because for the fruit it becomes a sweet product. This is a savory product. So we have our meat pie, we have our sausage roll, and of course we have our wedges, because when you have your pastry, you have to put in your lemon juice and enjoy your cup of tea. So thank you once again for watching my content. I don't take it for granted. For those who are new in my channel, please welcome to my channel. Let's be doing this together. For the ones who are already there, let's continue watching, sharing, subscribing. Share with your family members, share with your friends, share with your students, and let's continue together. Until the next channel, thank you and be blessed for being with me in my kitchen.